Hello, 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 and welcome to the Conversation with Stevie. Yes, this is the place where we uncover the why behind what people do. And as you know, we are smack dab in the midst of our special It Factor affair recordings and weeks and amazingness. Yes, I'm super excited about that. So this is going to be a conversation with somebody who is near and dear to us because she's been here before. Hello, Nichica. How are you?
Hi, I am doing wonderful. How are you doing?
Doing good. Thank you so much. Y'all, listen, I forgot to introduce myself because I'm so excited about this conversation. I love this woman and the work she does. I am Dr. Stevie and I help my clients to get seen and get paid online. I work strictly with Christian women to do that. And now, let's just tell them what you do, girl.
Well, Dr. Stevie, I am what you would call a serial entrepreneur. So I own my own real estate brokerage firm. I have my own, which is called Gems Realty and Design. I have my own T-shirt company, which is P31 Designs. And then I also have my coaching company, which is called What She Said Coaching. And through that company, I help entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs break free from the cycle of identity crisis that has kept them from seeing and fulfilling their God-given purpose. I'm also an author. I know the other conversation we had, I talked a little bit about that, but I wrote a book called Breaking Free, My Purpose is Waiting for Me, and out of that book, the coaching business was birthed.
Nichica said she ain't playing with y'all. She got everything you need. You need a house. You need a shirt to wear in the house so you won't be naked, honey, and you need something to go inside of your head. She's not playing with y'all, and she got something for you to read, okay? Okay. Listen. Listen, I love it because all of that is important, and specifically the work that you do that is based on identity. And so this experience that we are having in Greensboro, North Carolina on October 1 is all about the It Factor. And to me, that's to live out your God-given gift. And so that is key with identity because I also didn't know who I was for a very, very long time. What do you think, Nichica, is the biggest hurdle people have to come when it comes to self-identity and really realizing who they are?
The biggest hurdle is getting everybody else's opinions that have been poured into you for however long off of you and out of you. There's a panic because there's so many times that people have just imprinted and held on to what somebody else has said, be it a parent, a grandparent, an auntie, no matter who it was. And they've written their life based off of that. So then when you don't have that anymore and you're trying to stand on your own, what does that look like? And that's terrifying for a lot of people because even though they know that there's more out there, people are comfortable with being comfortable. And they would rather not rock the boat, be content instead of being happy, and stay in that identity crisis.
Wow. Woo, she said, be content instead of being happy, Lord. A lot of people are drifting through life. They're merely existing through life. They're not living the life they love. What's the name of my company? Living the life I love. So when you said that, that struck. But how did you decide to say, because a lot of times people say, stick to one thing, do one thing only. And how did you boldly proclaim that you're going to be a serial entrepreneur? What was that like for you?
Well, to be honest with you, I did not plan that route. That's why you have to really be in sync with what God is wanting for you to do. I had thought about being a realtor when I was in high school. My mom was going through the test, or going through the class, I should say, and she passed the class and she passed the class exam, but when it came to taking the state exam, she didn't do it because she felt like she would not pass. And to see that fear in her and the way I looked at her as being super strong, indestructible, when I saw that fear, I said, well, if she's scared to do it, then I can't do it. So that put me right there in an identity crisis because I labeled myself based off of somebody else's fear and how I saw that person. So that stuck with me through all of, through my adult years. And when my husband and I married to now, we bought our house. I navigated that entire process. I had a realtor, yes, but I found the house. I navigated the negotiations. I did everything. And my husband was like, you need to do this because you're good at it. And I shared with him the testimony, the story, and he said, but that fear is not your fear. And you got to let that go because you're blocking what God has for you. So I went through that. And then I'm a outspoken, candid person. I don't talk a lot, but when I talk, I say what I mean, and I mean what I say. And I found that there were a lot of people around me who had a lot to say, but they were afraid to say it because they didn't know how it would be perceived. So I started creating T-shirts. And the tagline for my T-shirt company is saying what needs to be said without saying a word. I'm putting on the T-shirt everything you want to say, but you're not saying. And so that's how that was birthed. And again, through the book that God had me write, Breaking Free, My Purpose is Waiting on Me, which was written based off of my own struggles, my own fears, my own issues, my own issue with identity crisis. The coaching business came. God said, you got to do this. And, I'm looking at my plate because I'm a wife, I'm a mother. My husband and I have 6 children together between the two of us. And I'm like, God, the cup is running over. The cup is running over. I don't have room for anything else. Yes, you do, because this is what I've designed you to do. It's about balance. It's about following my lead. It's about being obedient. And here we are.
Wow. So shouts out to the godly man. Yes, we need godly men in our lives. That's the first thing. The second thing is really, you were here before, and it's a conversation piece I always have in the midst of the conversation. And it goes like this, because we're going to be getting into some more stuff, but I can't forget this question. It goes like this. Dr. Stevie, we cannot leave the conversation today without everyone knowing. And girlfriends, fill in the blank, please.
Everyone needs to know that you have a purpose. Everyone needs to know that you are not to compare your purpose with anybody else's because you were designed specifically for that. Everyone needs to know that comparison kills. It will kill your thoughts, it will kill your future, it will kill your life. Walk where God told you to walk because you are the missing piece in somebody else's puzzle.
All right. I knew you had something to drop on us. In the Poetry Cafe, they be like, snap it up. When people say good stuff. That's how I felt. I was like, she can deliver the word, honey. Yes. So I'm super excited about the work you do because it's so important. It's so important. If you don't know who you are, if you don't know the foundation of who you are, right, there's no way you could ever make money online. So there are people specifically who I don't do this work. Like, I went through it, but it's not my purpose to coach on this. So that's why it's important to have people who build people up before they get to me. Normally, by the time you get to me, it's like, okay, girl, let's barrel through. So I love that you do this work. What would you say is one of your greatest success stories for somebody who really didn't know who they were, so now they are popping it out in life? What is the thing that you would say? Who is the person? What does that do when I ask you that question? What did that bring up for you?
So it's a client that I talk about all the time because we're unpacking so many layers with this particular client. They are legally blind, visually impaired, and didn't ever really see themselves having a business. And now God has led them to the place of having both a profit and a nonprofit organization. And this was somebody who was terrified to speak in front of people. This was somebody who thought, first of all, they were not born visually impaired. They had sight. They did not lose their sight until like 12 years ago, so they know what it's like to see. And then they woke up one day and they couldn't see. Went to sleep seeing, woke up not seeing. So it was traumatic, and they thought that their life was over. And so we spent a lot of time just dissecting them, thought processes, mental anguish, emotional anguish. And now this young lady, like I said, she's got a for-profit business. We're actually meeting the beginning of October to get her website up for her beauty and accessories business. She's got a nonprofit that she's been working on. We've got her board of directors, and these are things that I've helped her build from scratch. Her nonprofit is about to launch, helping teenage girls and young women know who they are and walk in that, because that's what she struggled with. And it's just so amazing because she didn't think she could be anything after she lost her sight. Her life went into a downward spiral because she was mad with everybody, including God. She was mad. And now she is thriving, and she is living her best life. She's about to get her bachelor's degree. She went back to school. I mean, she's the best testimony that I can give, because she encompasses what it is to rise and fall, rise again, not be perfect, make mistakes, but keep pushing through.
Ooh, I love that. I love it, because she might have lost her sight, but she sure has vision, and I love that. Oh, my God.
Yes.
That's amazing. Kudos to you. Kudos to her, too, and everybody who supported this young lady. That's incredible. That's an incredible testimony. And one thing I want to talk about is this it factor affair, honey. I'm excited. If you can't tell.
Yes.
I can hardly contain my excitement. Listen, why did you say yes to partnering with me on It Factor Affair? What was that thought for you? Thank you so much for your gift being on display that day. Thank you so much for your investment. Thank you for everything you've done. Why did you say yes?
Because I wanted to be able to impart into the women that were going to be there. You know, when you see the title or you hear the phrase It Factor, people look for this grandiose thing within themselves. Well, I've got to be able to do this miracle working service in order to have an it factor, and that's not the case. And I wanted to be able to share that message with the women that are there, as well as be able to vend the T-shirts that I'm going to have. I was excited that it was going to be in Greensboro. I just have to drive 20 minutes, which is fantastic. But it's just about bringing these women and the mindset into reality. And that may sound kind of bad, but we oftentimes diminish ourselves because we feel like we have to be at a certain level in order to be somebody, in order to have the it factor. But the reality is you were born with it. You just got to cultivate it.
Girl, you better speak that. Y'all know, listen, the name of my book is Cultivating Your It Factor. Don't even play. Listen, and I don't even know if Nichica knew that. She in the vein, honey. Y'all, listen. This is why I can't sleep until the event comes. I'm super excited because I know what's going to happen on that day. I know that Nichica and all the other, like, we have a grand slam of people who are going to be speaking into y'all's lives. I can't wait to see these shirts. I don't even know nothing about the shirt, but I'm a T-shirt chick. Y'all listen. So I can't wait. I'm gonna contain my excitement for a little while longer while we go ahead and get Nichica's contact information. Please do give us your contact information so they can stay in touch with you.
Absolutely. So the best way to find me, my website address is whatshesaidcoaching.com. whatshesaidcoaching.com. And when you go to my website, there is a free ebook/worksheet or workbook on that page. It's completely free, and it's called Who Would I Be If? And it's a love letter to yourself. And it's a workbook that you can go through and start the process of seeing if you have been functioning or what level you've been functioning in identity crisis. And you can also contact me, reach out to me via Instagram, What She Said Coaching.
All right, now y'all heard what she said, right? Y'all heard what she said.
That's
what
it.
she said, coaching. Y'all go ahead, go over there, listen, and we are excited. We will see you October 1, 2023 in Greensboro, North Carolina. Listen, I'm excited that Nichica's excited too, y'all, because Greensboro's my home. So I'm born here, and this is home for me. So listen, yes. All you have to go to is itfactoruniversity.com, itfactoruniversity.com. Lock in your seats. When I tell you we have super limited space, you don't want to wait till the last minute. You might miss out. And I don't want you to miss out because she said, what she said was, listen, don't miss out. I love it. I love it. So y'all know I end everything I do literally the same way. First, we got to thank Nichica for your time, your energy, your amazingness. I'm super excited. I get to see you soon. Yay! And I always tell people to make it a great day. Don't have a great day. Make it a great day. Why? Because you, and yes, you too have the power to do so. Bye for now.